Hey everyone, let's dive into what's happening with XRP today. And trust me, it's been quite the ride. So here we are looking at the one-day chart, and XRP is sitting pretty at $2.39. Not gonna lie, it was actually a green day for our beloved XRP. Now, here's the funny thing. Yesterday, everyone and their mother was being super negative about XRP. Oh, it's going back below $2, they said. Heck, I even mentioned that possibility in one of my videos. But what did XRP do? It did exactly the opposite and started climbing back up. Classic XRP move, am I right? The big question, will this rally continue? The million-dollar question is, are we going to see this market keep pushing upward? I really hope so. But let's be honest, this market is still way too unpredictable. Just look at Bitcoin. It's back above $110,000, which is absolutely incredible. I'm just praying Bitcoin keeps this momentum going and hits that parabolic move we've all been waiting for. Because we all know what happens next. It comes crashing down. And when it does, it's taking the entire market with it. We've been expecting this massive bull run for so long, but it feels like we're stuck in this never-ending delay during this cycle. It's frustrating. Even when the charts look super bullish, boom, some random real-world event comes out of nowhere and sends everything tumbling down. Whether it's talks about tariffs, conflicts in other countries, or whatever else, suddenly we're back to playing the waiting game, hoping the market will rebound once again. Here's something huge coming up. President Trump is set to meet with Chinese President Xi next Thursday. Now, this could go one of three ways. The meeting gets canceled, which honestly wouldn't surprise me. The meeting goes amazingly well, they shake hands, make a deal, and crypto goes absolutely parabolic. The meeting doesn't go so great, and we dump out once again.
I'm really hoping for option number 2 here. If they can come to some sort of deal and we all move forward together, that would be amazing for the entire crypto space. Hit that like button if you're holding at least 100 XRP. Seriously, smash that like button if you've got 100 XRP or more in your bag. Now, here's why I wanted to bring this up. I keep seeing people out there telling you that you need to be holding 1,000 XRP, or 10,000 XRP, or even 20,000 to 50,000 XRP to make it. Listen, I'm going to give it to you straight. Don't stress about those numbers. Buy whatever you can afford while you still can. As long as you can buy one whole XRP, retail investors like us aren't priced out yet. That's how I look at it. Think about it this way. In the future, you're going to be lucky if you can even buy 100 XRP. Heck, you'll be fortunate if you can afford one whole XRP. Here's the thing. Once the banks finish their testing phase on the private ledger, that's it. It's go time. And a lot of major developments are going to happen leading up to that moment. By the time banks come out of the testing phase, retail investors will most likely already be priced out of XRP. But right now, as long as you can still buy one whole coin, you're not priced out yet. My advice? Buy whatever you can afford. Sure, more is always better, but don't lose sleep over it. Now, let's talk about some serious numbers. We just saw 261 million XRP sent to Evernorth from two major sources. 50 million XRP transferred from Chris Larsen, 211 million XRP transferred directly from Ripple. The fact that they're going this big on this project tells us one thing. This is going to be a solid project. Even Crypto Pundit is saying, you're still not bullish enough on XRP. And here's the part that really caught my attention. Evernorth's leadership team is absolutely stacked with key names from Ripple. This adds another massive layer of strength to the entire project.
Get this, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and CTO David Schwartz are both serving as strategic advisors for Evernorth. These guys are legendary figures in the crypto world and have been absolutely central to Ripple's mission of expanding blockchain use in global payments. But wait, there's more. Ashish Birla and Stuart Alderati, both senior Ripple executives, are also part of Evernorth's board of directors. Their experience gives this company incredibly strong connections to Ripple's existing network and technology. This isn't just some random partnership. This is Ripple's A-team backing a major new venture. I'm telling you, this is going to be one hell of a project. I honestly didn't realize that Brad Garlinghouse had signed on for this as well. And same thing with Stuart Alderati. This project is probably going to emerge as something absolutely massive over time. I'm genuinely anxious to see where it goes from here. Everybody was talking about the Chainlink CEO meeting with the president, but I think this is pretty huge too. We're excited to welcome Patrick Witt from the White House's Digital Assets Council to our keynote speaker lineup at Ripple Swell 2025. This is a conversation you can't miss. And here's the kicker. Today, October 24th, is actually the last chance to request your invitation to attend. Look at this guy's title, Executive Director of the President's Council of Advisors for Digital Assets. Now pair him with everybody else that's going to be at Ripple Swell this time around. We're talking BlackRock, JP Morgan, NASDAQ. You see where Ripple's heading from here? All you've got to do is look at who's attending Ripple Swell. That guest list alone makes you want to buy more XRP. Here's a headline that's got everyone talking. XRP's dominance poised for takeoff as Fed backs DLTs like Ripple. XRP is poised for a comeback as the Federal Reserve highlights the rapid implementation potential of DLT networks like Ripple.
Everyone's buzzing about this right now, and you know what? We were talking about this back in 2019, 2020, and 2021. Back then, it was all speculation. Wait until Ripple connects to the Fed, we'd say, and everybody would laugh. That's never going to happen. It's all speculation. Every once in a while, Jerome Powell would drop a hint about the Grateful Dead, and people would immediately tie that back to Ripple. But here we are in 2025, and the speculation is ending. It seems like everything is coming together perfectly. And remember, this is just the United States we're talking about. When you look beyond the US, Ripple is a global company at this point. They have rails in every single country around the world. It's just a matter of time until XRP becomes the world's bridge currency, exactly what it was built to be. After this major announcement, even some XRP critics are starting to come around. One prominent crypto figure said, "Okay, sorry about the XRP feud because I'm slowly connecting the dots now." They mentioned something about 21 teleport isn't a dream. And honestly, I agree with that sentiment when it comes to the Fed connection. Think about it. Pair all of this with banks coming out of the testing phase on the private ledger, regulatory clarity finally coming to the United States, the possibility of Ripple doing an IPO next year, Ripple potentially getting that banking license. I mean, the list just goes on and on. We are holding the one cryptocurrency in this space that's going to deliver a parabolic return on investment. We're going to see XRP start to really break out, and when it does, I'm telling you, the FOMO is going to be absolutely insane. Here's what's going to be fascinating to watch. People are going to be selling their crypto at different price points all the way to the top. And as they're selling, we're going to have institutions buying up that XRP at the same time. For the first time in history, this dynamic is absolutely coming together. Just saw this headline. USDEA seizes $54.7 million in crypto assets. Bitcoin $27.9 million. Ethereum $16.5 million. XRP $7.8 million. And Solana $2.5 million. It's crazy to see XRP make this list, but honestly, we're going to see a lot more of this happening. This stuff has been going on in the background for a while now. There are all kinds of investigations continuing around illicit activity in crypto. I think they're doing this because they still want to keep up that narrative that crypto is only used for illicit activity. But we know better than that. Now just imagine how much they were using as far as cash, because most of the illicit activity that goes on is done with cash, paper money, good old US dollars, not so much crypto. Here's something massive that's happening. 40 million XRP valued at $96 million has been bridged as FXRP, pushing Flare to the top as the largest XRP Layer 2 project to date. This is going to continue to grow and expand, but people keep downplaying Flare. I'm telling you, Flare is going to be a monster, and it's dirt cheap right now. Think about it like this. If you could go back and buy XRP for a penny, around 2 cents, would you buy it knowing where XRP's price is right now? Absolutely you would. That's exactly what we're looking at with Flare right now. You can get it at dirt cheap prices still, but that's not going to last forever. And here's the thing, Flare is going to bring utility to a lot of different cryptocurrencies. What's going on with XRP right now? That's just part of it. It's going to be so much bigger than that. Flare is going to be a monster. Get in while it's still dirt cheap. Good day to you, sir. I said good day. This comes from Chad Steingraber, and it's a calculation that'll blow your mind. Based on circulating supply, if XRP were to be used to tokenize the current US national debt of $38 trillion, the token price would be $633 per XRP. I've seen other people talking about this as well. Now, once the debt becomes tokenized, it's not just all going to come to the XRP ledger, it's going to run over other networks as well. So imagine if XRP was to capture just 20% of that. We'd be looking at around $120 per XRP. That's where I think the tokenization of the debt would take XRP realistically. But wait, there's more. When it comes to the $27 trillion in those Nostro Vostro accounts, they're looking to unlock that money as well. So you couple that together, and all of a sudden XRP is now closer to $1,000, somewhere around $600, $700, $800. Then you start to look at other tokenized real-world assets coming to the XRP ledger as well, plus central banks running their digital currencies across the XRP ledger. You see where this is going? Right now, XRP is very cheap. But as all these things start to play out, and it is absolutely coming, you can now see it coming, the numbers get absolutely insane. Archax and the $50 trillion vision. Archax alone wants to bring $30 to $50 trillion in real-world assets to the XRP ledger. Think about all the other companies that want to do the same thing. Some of them most likely under an NDA right now. Then you start to look at how big this actually is, and all that value has to move around the world. So you still need something to bridge it. That's where XRP comes in. XRP can bridge anything. I always stress that because people lose focus on that crucial point. They're like, well, nothing's happening. The price is going sideways right now. Why isn't the price going up after we get all this great news? Here's the truth about XRP's price action. XRP no longer runs on news. XRP runs on real value. Eventually, we will decouple from Bitcoin as well. Utility will decouple XRP from Bitcoin, but it's not going to happen until we get regulations first. The good thing is they're still saying that's going to come by the end of this year. I'm hopeful that happens as well. The crypto market continues to be a wild ride, but developments like the Evernorth project, the Fed's recognition of DLT networks, Flare's explosive growth, and the incredible potential for tokenizing trillions in real-world assets show us that serious progress is happening behind the scenes. We're not just talking about speculation anymore. We're talking about real utility, real value, and real adoption. Whether we see that parabolic move we've all been waiting for depends on regulatory clarity and continued institutional adoption. But with everything aligning the way it is, the future looks incredibly bright for XRP holders. Keep holding, keep accumulating what you can afford, and remember, we're still early in this incredible journey.